Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as EphemeRATS, and it's time for another edition of Much Ado About Nothing. And this week, we're heading to Historic to play some EphemeRATS, a rat blink deck built around Karumonix the Rat King, trying to see if we can generate enough rat value that we can overwhelm our opponent with rat colonies and Bugler rats and pack rats and friends. So let's talk about the deck, what it's trying to do, jump into some games, see EphemeRATS in action. So first off, the Ephema part of the deck comes from Ephemerate, just the best blink spell that has ever been printed. And our goal in this deck is to use Ephemerate primarily with Karumonix the Rat King. Karumonix, when it ETBs, we get to look at our top 5 cards of our library and put any number of rats into play from our hand. This is most often going to be like 2 rats in our deck. We have 24 total rats in our main deck. So hopefully we can use Karumonix to generate a huge amount of rat card advantage. The thing about the rat tribe is most of the individual cards aren't that powerful, so we need a lot of them to win the game, and the way we're going to get a lot of them is blinking Karumonix a bunch of times. We can also blink our old friend Bugler rat to make our opponent discard their hand. Faceless Agent, honorary rat, finds another rat when it ETBs, a nice backup blink target. Then we have the rest of our rats. Honestly, pack rat might be the best card in our deck. Power toughness equal to the number of rats we control, so since our deck is really good at flooding the board with rats, pack rat gets really big really quickly. Plus, if we have extra cards we don't need, maybe off of Karumonix, we can discard some of those to make even more pack rats. Rat colony, it's like the worst pack rat ever. Kind of awkward to have 4 rat colonies. So weird to play a card that you can play any number of and only play a playset anyway. It grows its power pack rat style. So if our opponent doesn't have a blocker, it's actually absurdly powerful. The problem is its toughness is always 1, so it often ends up trading down with like a 1/1 token or something. Nashi can maybe steal some cards. We got 1 Maronar, a little expensive for the deck, but giving all of our rats fear is a good way to get in 1 Alpha Strike and close out the game. Plus, if the game goes long, we can sack rats to make more rats. Then we have our removal suite: Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, Infernal Grasp, Vanishing Verse, Mana Base, mostly typical stuff, some channel lands, Castle Lock, Wanes of Phyrexian Tower, a bunch of dual lands. In the sideboard, a bunch of removal and sweepers for creature decks, discard a Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord for control, and licensors for graveyards. And that is EphemeRATS for Historic. That's our Much Ado deck for this week. So let's jump into some games, see our new Rat King in action. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit for the wrap up. Need some Phyrexian will be 1 cards? Well, you can snag them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/MTGGoldfish. Much Ado About Nothing time. We are playing some EphemeRATS. I promise I didn't build this deck just to have that pun in Historic this week. Trying to get some ETB value with Karumonix and friends in Rat Tribal. Thoughtseize, and we scoop them up. We'll take the Dreadhorde Arcanist, but I think there's a 0% chance this hand beats our opponent's hand. Soulscar Mage. Yeah, this, I never beat this Izzet deck anyway, and the double Nashi, double Ephemerate draw does not offer many pieces for this puzzle. Opponent, Soulscar Mage. Karumonix isn't bad. If we hit another land, at least that's a body, and our opponent might not be able to kill it. Like, or they don't have the land at the moment. Well, land Karumonix. Give us some rats, buddy. Well, Bugler rat. It's back. It's back. Oh, all right. Opponent drew the land. Symmetry Sage. Okay. Opponent's going to wait on killing Karumonix. And it's a Wizard's Lightning. And our opponent has a handful of goodies. Well, we can Bugler rat, blink Bugler rat. We do have a million EphemeRATS. Make a discard. I don't know if I can do that every time. Opponent untaps. I think we got to try to chump block and then blink. Or get a play with fire out of our opponent's hand and then blink. All right, opponent's going to play with fire. We will blink the rat. So much damage. Well, okay, Bugler rat returns. Oh, jeez. Wow. All right, opponent drew a lot of Wizard's Lightnings, and yeah, that'll do it. We're not coming back from there, especially with Reckless Charge. Probably cheap removal, maybe the Duresses. Crippling Fear could be good if we get to it. Unlicensed, wow, we actually have a lot of things we want to bring in. Go down the Maronar. So the problem here is, yeah, we're going to go down all the Nashis. This is not a Nashi matchup. Go down some EphemeRATS. One of the challenges of this deck is because of Karumonix, and because that's like our biggest payoff, we got to be a little bit conscious about not sideboarding out too many rats. Or else, kind of like Collected Company, our Karumonix gets weaker. Although, like, it's still a 3/3. Like, even if it draws us a rat, we can deal with that. Yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of trimming here. Go down the expensive stuff, bring in a bunch of removal, and pray to the rat gods. And we will definitely play first. Oh, yeah, I don't even think we can keep that. This is actually pretty good. We're gonna put our 1 rat to the bottom. We're gonna try to play the control game here. We did Thoughtseize. Fatal push our opponent's first threat. Well, oh boy. Well, we got to take expressive iteration. Card's busted. So we can kill our opponent's first threat. Unlicensed Ursula shut down the graveyard. I mean, we might have a shot here. Still feels like a very hard matchup. Spire Bluff Canal and Symmetry Sage for our opponent. Faceless Agent's not bad. That's a rat that draws a rat. Well, yeah, let's just kill Symmetry Sage. We know a Belmore's coming. Hopefully we draw another removal spell before that becomes too big of a problem. All right, there's a Belmore. We draw a pack rat. Well, let's just Faceless Agent. Draw a rat. Rat colony. All right. It's either like one of our best rats or it's our worst rat. The 1 toughness makes it bad in some matchups. Trades down a lot. All right, there's a Wizard's Lightning. Pumps a Belmore. I mean, opponents only got 3 cards in hand. They only have a Belmore on the battlefield. We're still at 16. All right, that can kill the Belmore. That's the removal spell we were looking for. Well, if our opponent runs poorly, we might be in business. All right, Soulscar Mage, sure. Opponent goes to combat. I mean, we gotta kill the Belmore. Oh no. Oh boy. All right, yeah. Spell Pierce, that's not a... Crippling Fear could get us back in this game. We need a land. All we need is a land and we get to sweep and we get to keep our rats. Opponent, tap land, considers, triggers. I mean, we're taking a big hit here. We can't even really chump block because of trample. Our opponent grabs Jingatha. They keep whatever they found with consider. We drop to 9. Come on! Well, we drew a land. Unfortunately, it is the worst time for Concealed Courtyard. Wait a turn. Gets in, hits us to 8. Thoughtseize. Boy, if we'd had that land a little earlier. Well, Crippling Fear, name rat. Get rid of the Soulscar Mage, get rid of the Belmore. Oh, can we deal with Jingatha? Thoughtseize is not the best here. Oh, another Belmore. And another, oh, they just replayed everything we killed. It's back. All right, we need another Crippling Fear. We gotta get rid of this Jingatha and just hope we top deck a, well, hopefully they don't have removal. Okay, so Jingatha down. Companion still busted. It's a land, and we'll scoop it up. And yes, we would like to play first. Bugler Rat double Ephemerate. All right, opponent's hand will be empty pretty quick. And Faceless Agent, maybe you can find Karumonix or something. This hand's actually pretty good. Well, we'll see what the matchup is, but it seems like it should be pretty good. And Godless Shrine, go. What are you up to, opponent? What are you up to? Opponent. Plains A. Oh, this works. So we get to Thoughtseize here. Hopefully we can make our opponent discard all of them. I think we take Wedding Announcement. That's the biggest immediate threat. Bastard Cat doesn't do a ton without something on the battlefield. So take the Wedding Announcement and then hopefully we just blink Bugler Rats enough to essentially wipe out our opponent's hand. Feel everyone for our opponent. Well, let's do some bugling. Bugler at number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over the next 2 turns, we'd make our opponent discard 5 cards. Opponent pitches a land. Well, we will immediately Ephemerate. Opponent. So opponent can get down Basri for sure. Can we beat a Basri? Hopefully. Basri's not very good unless you got, wow, they discard the land. Oh, they must have drawn another one. All right, opponent plays the Plains. Well, there's a Basri. Sure. By itself, Basri does essentially nothing. If you have a bunch of creatures already, it's good, or if you can ultimate it, but without creatures on the battlefield, it literally does nothing. Unfortunately, because we got to Ephemerate our Bugler Rat, we can't attack it this turn. We do gotta try to make sure it doesn't ultimate. If it ultimates, it will beat us. And it ultimates at 6. All right, blink the Bugler Rat, make a discard. Opponent pitches some removal. Well, play the land. Yeah, I think we need a clock. Let's get down the rat colony. Blank the Bugler Rat. The bugling never ends. So if our opponent draws a land, they're kind of in good shape here. If they draw a land, they can get down Mondrak. Ugh, Wedding Announcement. Well, we're gonna wipe out our opponent's hand, but now there's a Wedding Announcement. Opponent takes a Basri. One of the downsides of Rat Colony is it only ever has 1 toughness. And that means it trades down with everything. Well, get rid of the Mondrak. Ooh, EphemeRATS actually pretty good. Oh boy, Basri's getting close to ultimating. How can we stop this from ultimating? We might have to sack the Bugler. It might be that Bugler has done its job. Make 2 mana. Faceless Agent. Find a rat. All right, Bugler is back. We can't, just like a rat, we cannot get rid of it. Yeah, I think we gotta attack, unfortunately. Opponent's definitely gonna trade with the token, but and then in theory, next turn they only have 1 token, and then we get in an attack at Basri. We gotta really hope our opponent doesn't draw a blocker here. This Basri is gonna ultimate, and I don't, oh. All right, Ossification. Well, we could draw our Vanishing Verse, I guess, but oh no. We did so much, Karumonix, all right. We did so much bugling. The problem is, this Basri ultimates, I don't think there's any way we can beat it. It just makes a 1/1 and puts counters on everything every turn, and I don't think we can beat that. Well, Karumonix, find it. Oh no, well, we're definitely not gonna beat it if our Karumonix hard whiffs. Opponent draws a land, ultimates. Emblem, beginning of combat, make a 1/1 and put a +1/+1 counter on all your creatures. And our opponent can Field of Ruin or Castle Lockwayne. So our opponent's making a 2/2 every turn. I don't think the rats can beat. I don't think we can beat a 2/2 every turn. 1/1, counter on it. It's a 2/2, token, flips. We're gonna scoop it up. Cannot beat the ultimate. Like, it's gonna take a while, but we can't beat that emblem. The emblem's too good. What do we have against tokens? Crippling Fear seems good. Vanishing Verse seems really good. Vanishing Verse gets rid of the planeswalkers. Fracture could be good as well. Probably get on the fatal pushes. Like, pushing a token does not feel great. Probably not the best Nashi mashup. Opponent's got a lot of blockers. Also not a great rat colony matchup. Yeah, maybe we don't go Fracture. 22 creatures. I mean, that should still be enough for, with 22, we should at least hit 1 or 2 creatures, right, on average? I think probably 2 is the most common with Karumonix, which is fine. Obviously, the dream is we hit a bunch, although we just saw the nightmare, which is you hit 0. Ooh, Pack Rat game? I mean, Pack Rat is, outside of Karumonix, Pack Rat is the best card in this deck. It's like a rat colony, except its toughness grows, which is huge. Yeah, I think we just run out Pack Rat. If it lives, it can probably take over this game, just like it used to in Standard. Opponent passes. Well, Conceal Courtyard, and ooh, raise the alarm. Well, we can make another Pack Rat to keep, wow, this is great for us. Opponent should have double blocked there. We'll discard a land, make a Pack Rat, grow the first one, keep the Pack Rat alive. Now we're in business. 2 Pack Rats become much harder to kill. Wedding Announcement. Opponent makes a token, we draw land. Well, play the land, do a little bugling. Pack Rat grows based on any rats on the battlefield too, which is why it's so absurd in this deck. Like, it's not just other Pack Rats, it's any rat. So the Bugler Rat's growing our Pack Rats here. Opponent's got to discard a Sarah, and we can Vanishing versus Wedding Announcement if we have to. See what our opponent does. Maybe they play a Planeswalker or something, but all right, opponent's just gonna chump 1, drops to 17. Well, what do you got, opponent? Plains and Mondrak. Ooh, okay. Well, I think we just Vanishing verse the Wedding Announcement. We can untap an Infernal Grasp the Mondrak, and then depending on what we draw, we might just make another Pack Rat. We actually have a lot of damage. Opponent could have sweepers. We do want to close. Ooh, Faceless Agent. Ugh, okay. New plan. Infernal Grasp Mondrak. Faceless Agent is a rat that draws us a rat, which is a Faceless Agent. Yeah, we'll just attack with everything. If our opponent wants to trade with Bugler Rat and take 8, we're kind of fine with that. Well, our goal now is to kill our opponent before they draw a sweeper if they're playing them. Opponent. Opponent, make some more tokens. Oh my god, Crippling Fear. Do we win here? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're 1 short. Oh, well, I mean, we're gonna do it. Crippling Fear on Rat. And then I think, yeah, snipe Elspeth and just hit our opponent for 8. And opponent's in Wrath or Bust mode. Like, they need to draw a Wrath this turn or we are pretty much guaranteed to win this game. The Year of the Rat. Opponent. Opponents, I guess, have a lot of 4-drops. We've seen Elspeth, we've seen Sarah, we've seen Mondrak. That is a lot of 4-drops. Well, we could play things ahead of time. It doesn't really matter, though. Opponent's got to double chump the 4/4s. So opponent goes to 1. Bugler Rat, make you discard. No wrath, please. No wrath. Opponent discards a Sarah. Yeah, I mean, run it out. Faceless Agent. Draw a Karumonix. I mean, this is a good example of how Pack Rat can be very good. Even in 2023, Pack Rat, like, it can snowball itself so hard. Our opponent should be dead, right? Raise the alarm. Make some 1/1s. We just have enough bodies that I think even if our opponent, by Elspeth's command, I don't know what that does. Makes 1/1s? Okay. Gains 5. Actually, does our opponent live? I think they live. Karumonix. Come on. Karumonix has been whiffing like crazy. Have we drawn a card with Karumonix yet? I don't think so. Yeah, we're gonna leave back to Bugler Rats. We can't send our buddies to their demise. So opponents gotta do a bunch of chumping. I mean, it's basically, do they draw a Wrath? Like, at this point, they've made enough 1/1s to survive a couple turns, but now they really, truly need to draw a Wrath. Opponent blocks, and blocks. Drops to 4. Do you draw a Wrath? We're gonna hold on to the land to discard a Pack Rat in the future, maybe. Adelaine. All right, that's not gonna do it. And our opponent scoops it up. Okay, that was a good rat win. And I think we just run it back. On to game number 3. Rats versus mono white tokens, I guess. All right, we are on the draw. Could use a white source at some point, but seems reasonable. Turn 1 Thoughtseize is also nice against our opponent's deck. Opponent going down to 6, sure. And Authority of the Consuls. That doesn't really do anything against us, but that's fine. Ephemerate could be good in the future. 2 Planeswalkers. Well, I guess we take the one that does not escape from the graveyard. Plus, Sarah's actually kind of frightening. If our opponent can ultimate that, which happens pretty quickly, we could actually be in trouble. I don't know if we can beat a worship. All right, Pack Rat. Off Castle Lockwayne. Opponent gains a life. I mean, we saw last game that Elspeth is not really a big deal. It's a little annoying, but not game ending. By Elspeth's command. Opponent's got the flavor win for sure. Well, land. Untapped. Go to combat. See if our opponent learned about how Pack Rat works. Did we learn a Pack Rat lesson, opponent? With this hand not having any goodies for Ephemerate, if our opponent blocks, we probably just discard Ephemerate, I guess. Do we still discard Ephemerate? Probably not. All right, hit you for 1. We make the rat at instant speed, so we'll see what our opponent does. Is it Elspeth time? It is Elspeth time. Opponent's going to grow a token. +1/+1 in flying. And hits a, okay. Well, this aggressive attack. Yeah, let's discard the Ephemerate. This aggressive attack's gonna be bad for our opponent. It's gonna force, ooh, Bugler. Oh, well, that's fine. We discard the Ephemerate, but opponent's only got 1 card in hand anyway. So Bugler Rat, make you discard your last card. Wow, it was another Sarah. I am glad we got rid of that. I don't know if we could have beat that Sarah. Bugler Rat, for the actual save here, because they can uptake once and then ultimate, and once they get a worship, I don't know how we're ever gonna kill all their creatures. All right, opponent double jumps to keep the Elspeth alive. A land would be nice. Then we could do 2 things. Opponent's gonna make some 1/1s. Opponent passes. All right, Technuma is a land, so play the land, play the rat. Well, yeah, play the rat colony. I think we just rat colony and pump the Pack Rats. We might end up vanishing verse on a token to keep a Pack Rat alive. We'll see how our opponent blocks. They are at 23, so they don't even really need to block here. Why does no one play Pack Rat anymore? Okay, we get the blowout. We get the Pack Rat Wrath. We do have to spend a Vanishing Verse, but Vanishing Verse, kill a token, sweep your board. Elspeth doesn't do anything anymore, and we got a pretty big board. We might actually be able to ninjutsu Nashi next turn. Found it, land. I wonder if they're playing Wraths. We haven't seen one. Oh, all right. Instant speed, Castle Arden Veil activation. Wow, another Pack Rat. And I think it's Nashi time. We can Nashi and pick up the Bugler Rat to recast next turn. I assume they block Rat Colony. We'll see. This is a drawback of Rat Colony. While it does get a lot of power, it never gains toughness, so it ends up dying to stuff like this. Well, ninjutsu, Nashi, pick up Bugler Rat, get some freebies. Yup. Token dies, hit you to 13. What do we find with Nashi? Top card of both decks. Ooh, Bugler Rat. Okay. Bugler Rat, get rid of your last card seems fine. Bugler Rat's actually pretty... It seems like a meme. Oh my goodness, that was a farewell. Okay. It seems like a meme, but it's actually very effective. Castle Arden Veil makes a 1/1. Well, Bugler Rat, get rid of your last card. which was removal. All right, well, everything at your face. See if our opponent blocks the Nashi just because they don't want us to get the free spells. Wow, you're gonna double block the Nashi. Okay, so opponent drops to 4. Do we want a Vanishing Verse? Elspeth doesn't do anything. Yeah, let's just pass. Do you draw a rat? Wow, they would have hit the land too. This is a Bugler Rat win. That Bugler Rat, and opponent skips it up. That Bugler Rat getting rid of the Farewell let us win that game or we would have lost. EphemeRATS. That was sweet. That was super sweet. Much brew about nothing time. We are doing some more ephemerating. EphemeRATS. I do love saying that. This is like the rat dream. Yes, we will keep Bugler Rat into Karumonix and Faceless Agent. Although Karumonix never draws us cards for some reason. We're gonna have to check the math on Karumonix at some point. Castle Lockwain. Go. Opponent starts with a Thrabes. I don't know what our opponent's doing. Some sort of Thraben Inspector deck. Haha. Tune in all week for brilliant Magic advice like that. It's gotta just be like, I don't know, Orzhov midrange, something like that. Opponent thought seizes our Karumonix. Well, do your thing, Bugler Rat, do your thing. Concealed Courtyard, Bugler Rat. Is Bugler Rat actually our best card? Somehow I feel like Bugler Rat has, like Pack Rat's been really good, but Bugler Rat has done a lot of work. All the way down to 18. Fatal Push. Well, that'll be good eventually. Play the land. And hopefully this Faceless Agent finds us something. Karumonix is probably the best. Just to find some more rats. What do we find, Faceless Agent? Ooh, okay, it is Karumonix. All right, let's see if this Karumonix actually draws us cards. Fabled Passage. Could they be a Coco deck? Should we be afraid of Collected Company here? I mean, we're gonna attack. We got a Vanishing Verse, so if there is a Coco, all right, no Coco. Well, let's just Bugler Rat. I think we do want to try to play around the possibility of Collected Company. Discards Rite of Oblivion, eh? Probably not a Coco deck. Opponent's got too many non-creature spells to be playing Coco. Just gotta be like Abzan midrange, I guess. Beseiju, okay. Opponent was checking to see if it was an artifact, I guess. It is not. It's just colorless. Oh, Maelstrom Pulse. So we could Fatal Push a Bugler Rat, but I don't know if saving a Bugler Rat's actually that relevant. We would really love this Karumonix for once in its life to live up to its Rat King name. Find us some rats, Karumonix. Find us some rats. Takes it down to 7. All that Thoughtseize damage is adding up for our opponent. There already is 7, and we have not gotten in many big attacks. All right, Karumonix, the Rat King. Will you please draw us a card this time? Please? Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. All right, that makes up for all those whiffs. That is the best Karumonix that we've ever seen. And opponent scoops it up. Wow, Karumonix draw 4. We did not see much of our opponent's deck. I don't know how we want to sideboard here. We can try like, I wish I knew what they were doing. Try the Crippling Fears, go down the Marrow-Gnawer. We just didn't get much information. We saw Thoughtseize, removal, Thraben Inspector. Yeah, Rat Colony trades down. We'll take out a Rat Colony. Hearse could be worth it. Vanishing Verse, we don't have any information. Yeah, go down on the Rat Colony, try it like that. On to game number 2, EphemeRATS versus Abzan something. Watch us get Siege Rhino'd. It could be a Rhino deck. The Rite of Oblivion makes me think tokens, which is why Crippling Fear came in. Ooh, it's a lot of lands. But there is Pack Rat Karumonix, which are good. I mean, with Pack Rat, if it lives, we can discard the lands. And hopefully Karumonix draws us cards. We'll try it. Ooh, and okay, can't lose. Bugler Rat. Just what we were looking for. About it. We draw another land. Well, let's Bugler Rat. We might actually, we'll see what we draw. We might try to wait on this Pack Rat until we can make a copy. Opponent discards right to Oblivion. Yeah, we do have a, wow, opponent scoops it up. I don't know what the phobia for rat is. Something. Scared of rats. Let's go with scared of rats. Playing some more EphemeRATS, and I looked it up. It's musophobia, the fear of mice and rats. If you fear those, you are musophobic, which is weird because you would think that would be like the fear of moose. I don't know. Now I gotta look that up. What is the fear of moose? Elkophobia. Okay, I guess that also makes sense. So musophobia is the fear of rats. Elkophobia is the fear of moose. Then what's the fear of elk? Oh, apparently there's no word for the fear of elk. All right, let's play a Pack Rat. Well, that means we get to invent one. What is our opponent? Oh, Shrines, eh? Well, Thoughtseizes you. I can respect what our opponent's trying to do here. I am hoping that we beat them brutally with rats, but Axis Immortality, Double Haunt, and Felony Retreat. All right, we'll take the one that makes creatures, because they could potentially block our rats. Play a rat colony. So right now our opponent's gaming 1 a turn, but we actually have a legit clock. Like, rat colony, we've seen it be pretty bad in some of our games. It's very good in games where it is not blocked, because it gets a lot of power really quickly. Well, same plan, take the thing that can make a blocker. Godless Shrine, Pack Rat, pitch, Fatal Push, which I don't think is going to do anything against this deck. Hit ya. Down to 12. And do we have lethal next turn? 10, pitch something. Yeah, I think we do. Wow, this was easy. So opponent finds life gain, but it's gonna be a little too late. Yeah, we'll just pitch an Ephemerate, make a Pack Rat. Wow, okay. Well, sorry, Shrines. You just got ratted. All right, well, we want things that can deal with Shrines, which I guess is Vanishing Verse, Fracture, Duress. We can go down things that deal with creatures. I don't even know if our opponent's playing creatures, period. Nashi's kind of funny. We'll go down the Maronar. Fear doesn't seem super important with our opponent not really having creatures. And yeah, 1 Ephemerate, I guess. Run it like that. Might be trickier on the draw. Shrines, if they get a chance to get stuff set up, the value does become over. Oh my god. 6 lands Duress. We are not keeping that. All right, Pack Rat, Karumonix, Ephemerate. Actually, yeah, let's put Pathway to the bottom. We can play Godless Shrine tapped on turn 1. Opponent, tap land. Well, Godly Shrine tapped. Axis Immortality. I can't believe our opponent's playing Axis Immortality. Opponent. Ooh. Oh, Sanctum Weaver. That's very scary since we took out most of our creature removal. We'll play a Pack Rat, but yeah, this can speed up our opponent's deck a lot. I guess Vanishing Verse can still kill it, but that's about it. We took out everything else. Show us a shrine. 9 lives. Well, yeah, we got to kill the Sanctum Weaver. So the downside of this is it means that we spent... Hit ya, give you a counter. We spent one of the only removal spells that can get rid of the Solemnity 9 lives lock if our opponent does have that. Our opponent would just make so much mana and fix their mana so well with Sanctum Weaver that I think we got to kill it. Opponent, tap land. Juki Naturalist, sure. We draw, okay, Bugler Rat. This is actually pretty good. Bugler Rat, we can play a land untapped. Bugler Rat, second Pack Rat. And we can attack through the Naturalist. So we got to hit our opponent 9 times, essentially. The classic matchup of rats versus cats. Can we change the age-old wisdom that cats beat rats? World Tree. Haunted on Life Swim. Okay, that's going to make some blockers. Only 1 shrine, though, so not that many blockers. How do we do this? Yeah, we got to get rid of that last card. So let's Bugler Rat, blink it, make you discard, card draw Haunted. All right. Karumonix. Find us some rats. Well, only 1 rat, but that's fine. I mean, the good news is we have an Ephemerate still, so we can potentially bring Karumonix again. Opponent gets hit up to 4 counters on the 9 lives. Play the land. Opponent makes a 1/1. Opponent needs 1 more land to turn on World Tree. Opponent passes. Well, think we have the choice to blink the Rat King or Bugler Rat. I think Bugler Rat is actually just better here, because this could be like Farewell or something. Sanctum of All. Well, all right. Faceless Agent. It's a rat, technically. Finds another Karumonix. Get in with the Pack Rats and I guess Karumonix. So 9 lives up to 4 counters. Opponent blocks. 5, 6 counters. Are we just gonna... Wait, do we have lethal? If our opponent doesn't have something in Search of Greatness, that doesn't do anything right away. Oh my god, we're gonna kill our opponent with their own 9 lives. Yeah, that looks like game. Attack with everything. The Rat Swarm takes down the 9 lives of the cats. And welcome to Historic in 2023. Too good, too good, too good. That was very good. I mean, opponent's obviously on a brew, but still. Let's see what our opponent's up to. Ooh, this hand actually looks pretty good. Actually, this hand looks great. Thoughtseize into something into Karumonix? Mana Confluence, eh? Well, Thoughtseize you. We can take the Goyf, but then Tyver just gets it back anyway. So I think we take Tyver and then hope we draw a removal spell for the Goyf. Opponent, Overgrown Tomb, and there's the Goyf. Well, Concealed Courtyard and Bugler Rat. We just need to draw a removal spell or some way to get this Goyf off the battlefield. Opponent pitches the Battle Rage. Might be a Death Shadow deck. Mana Confluence plus Temur Battle Rage makes me think Death Shadow. Opponent, untap land. Liliana the Veil. Alright, that's annoying. Opponent kills the Bugler Rat. Alright, Karumonix. Alright, Karumonix. Play the land on black. Be good. Be good, Rat King. Be good. We have low rolled with Karumonix a lot. Oh my god, another whiff. I'm gonna have to do the math on this. Maybe we can go to sideboarding. I have to figure out. Oh no, another Tarmogoyf. Liliana takes up. Well, we are in trouble. Those are 2-5. Tarmogoyf in 2023 looking pretty good here. Play the Pack Rat, play the Rat Colony. Liliana can kill something. Wow, Tarmogoyf is so big. Oh my god. All right. Well, we won't scoop, but Tarmogoyf in a Fatal Push is the worst. Opponent takes up. I guess our one shot is double block the Tarmogoyf, and then we hope we draw a removal spell and then deal with Liliana somehow. Oh, this is painful. Well, we drop to 5, kill a Goyf, draw a Nashi, and now we're officially dead. Liliana just ticks down, and then we take lethal. So we have 24 rats. I gotta pull up the calculator. What is the most common number to hit with Karumonix? So I guess it's technically 23. Because I guess it's technically 23 because we would have drawn a Karumonix. So if we have 23 rats, what is the most common number? So we get to see 5. We will hit 1 or more 92%. Oh, so we are getting very unlucky then. 92% of the time. 2 or more 65% of the time. 3 or more 29% of the time. Most often we'll get 2, and we should almost always get 1. So the fact that we've whiffed so many times is actually just bad luck. I mean, this hand looks pretty good. We are gonna have to hit another land, but multiple rats, Karumonix, some removals. Ooh, all right, there's a land. I'll play the land and Bugler Rat. Get something out of our opponent's hand. I think it's in a removal heavy matchup. It's sometimes better, often better, to try to wait until we can activate Pack Rat. Against removal light decks, running it out turn 2 is the best. And kills the Bugler Rat. Black Leaf Cliffs and Blood Tithe Harvester. All right, Karumonix, you get another shot at it. So we know the math now. If we whiff again, we're gonna cry. Karumonix. Okay, 2. So that should be the average. Like most of the time, that's what Karumonix should be, and that is good enough, especially with Ephemerate to blink it and in other rat synergies. Inquisition, double Pack Rat potentially. We will just take it. Opponent, Overgrown Tomb, untapped, and there's the Goyf again. So we can Sorin, but then it just gets back a Bugler Rat and dies. We can Faceless Agent. Double Pack Rat, I think, is the way to go. Pack Rat, Pack Rat. So this makes our stuff big enough that it doesn't die to Blood Tithe Harvester, which is actually super relevant here. Blood Tithe Harvester. Oh, that's actually super bad. Yep. Double blood token means these Blood Tithe Harvesters are actually really good. Well, Sorin can get back a Pack Rat. Yeah, let's take it. Oh, not again! I can't believe we're so scared of double Tarmogoyf in 2023, but we are very scared of double Tarmogoyf in 2023. All right, Faceless Agent. Draw us something we can cast. All right, Bugler Rat. I mean, I think we run it out to grow the Pack Rat. Although it still dies to Blood Tithe Harvester. This might be okay, though, because of Sorin. Sorin, I think, might be enough here. We can double block a Tarmogoyf and then get back a Pack Rat. We might be okay. Opponent. Castle Lockwing down to 17. Thoughtseize on Sorin. Now we're very much not okay. That's the power of Castle Lockwing. We got our opponent out of cards. Here comes the Goyf. Well, we do get to kill 1. Oh, we needed that Sorin. That was our entire game plan. Come on, deck. Plains. All right, well, land, and I guess we hit ya. Opponent goes to 11. And Klissa. Okay. Oh, our Thoughtsea is not going to be as good as our opponents. No, we've kind of drawn too many lands, and that timely Thoughtseize for our opponent was really huge. Really huge. Now we probably got a double chump block. Oh, opponent blood discards a land. Now, Blood Tithe Harvester is such a powerful card. Opponent used it to kill 2 pack rats, and now the blood tokens are turning their bad draws into real draws. Block and block. I mean, I guess it's Karumonix. It's like Karumonix into multiple other rats, I think is our only shot here. Opponent, the Shadow. Come on, deck. GG. Tarmogoyf, apparently good. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? So what did we learn this week about EphemeRATS in Historic? And record-wise, we actually went 5-2 with the deck, which is way better than I expected. I was figuring maybe if we got lucky, we could win half of our matches and maybe even be worse than that. I mean, we're playing a rat tribal deck, so I did not expect to post a great record with the deck, but the deck actually posted a really solid record. I will say, I don't think this is a 70% win rate deck over the long term or whatever, so we got a little lucky. We probably hit some good matchups along the way, but at least in our 7-match sample, Rats actually performed like a legitimate deck, so it was definitely a lot better than I expected. And it's worth pointing out, we did that with Karumonix low rolling, like consistently. Out of all of our Karumonix ETBs, I think more than half of them were complete whiffs, where we got 0 rats out of Karumonix, which is really disappointing, especially after we did the rat math and figured out that normally we should get 2 rats out of Karumonix. We should almost always get at least 1. It's like 92% to get 1. So the fact that we were whiffing so consistently means that we kind of ran poorly, and our deck didn't do as much of what we thought it would do as it should normally do, and we still posted a really good record. So I guess there's an argument that the deck's actually better than it showed here thanks to Karumonix. I will say, Pack Rat was like the all-star of the deck. It proved that even in 2023, it is still a really strong Snowball League card, and it's even better in our deck than most decks, because in our deck, we can grow it by playing other rats, when a lot of decks just play Pack Rat as only rat, and you gotta discard cards to grow it. In our deck, though, we can be playing all of our other rats, our rat colonies, and our Nashies and so forth, our Bugler rats, to be able to grow the Pack Rat and make it huge and win the game. So Pack Rat, I came away feeling like, why don't people play this card? Like, Pack Rat's still pretty busted. And then, of course, Bugler Rat, it looks so unassuming, but the discard mode is really good. We saw that winning games. We saw it, like, get a farewell that would have blown us out of our opponent's hand a turn or two before our opponent would have cast it. So even though Bugler Rat doesn't look that strong, it proved once again that it is actually a really good card, and doubly so when you can blink it repeatedly with Ephemerate. So that is EphemeRATS, a deck that worked way better than I would have thought. That's our budget brew for this week. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.